Hi, welcome to Pixar. This is the art installation for our film Elemental, and it showcases a lot of the work that our artists had done in the production of the show. A lot of early development and a lot of ideas and concepts that some we used, some we didn't. But yeah, I'd love to take you around. This was a lot of early development for trying to explore what the city might look like. It could also be, some of these ideas and drawings were for an early pitch that I had when there was nothing. One of the early drawings that I had done that was this fire family, but they're sort of sitting on the floor. They were using wood chopsticks. It was very much like my upbringing with my family, sitting around on the floor on these tables and trying, Ember had a brother named Bon. And his brother had two little sons, and this was just a very different version of the story that I had early pitched. This was an early drawing I had done for a different version of the movie where Ember goes to Fireland. This was based off of my experiences of going to Korea for the first time and seeing everyone that looked like me, like, what, this is my people. And, maybe for another version of the movie, but you're just trying to set up rules. You're just trying to explain this is how people live, this is how people can die or not, and just exploiting a lot of what does it mean to be an element. Well, they don't have a skeleton. They're these beings that have a life energy to them. So if a car drove through them, their body would break up but then come back, but their clothes would be gone. And they were like, hey, I'm naked, what are you doing? And so.
And I remember that scene in the movie, the very beginning.
Yeah, that's
you have that.
Right. This is a beautiful understanding of, there's no structure. How do we, understand the shape language of this character? So Maria Yi, another, she's Korean as well, who did this, she kept trying to figure out a way to showcase Ember without a skeleton. Like, could her body, mold to whatever different shapes there were, and then could her face shrink like a candle flame? And this was the painting that she did that found our Ember. And so this was the first drawing that we had seen. We're like, oh wow, so the fire doesn't have to be exactly like fire, but it could be close enough to fire to feel like it. This image captured us a pathway to finding something with those sensibilities, but at the same time. So this was the early test. So this was just a bunch of paintings that were mixed with actual fire flames to see, what do we need to read the face and the eyes? Are we just looking here, or are we looking here? And there's no skeleton in there, so all these tests were done to figure out what does it look like to have a face that didn't have any features in it. These are lighting studies that were being done in terms of trying to capture the color script. And what the color script is trying to map out the emotionality of the color throughout the entire film. And what was interesting is that we were always trying to make Ember feel like she doesn't fit in the city. So she would be this orange amongst all this blue, but when Wade comes in, Wade would be not fitting in this warm sort of fire world. And so it was always these little color script ideas to balance some of that out. What a weird city would this be? The sun kissing the water and trying to create metaphor, and some ideas like that.
I guess final words of wisdom you want to share with readers of if you forget anything and everything, this is at least one life lesson I'll love to share with you.
Just finding resonance, within an idea, within a group, or within my family life, and that what that means can mean very different for other people, but it's just, I talk about this all the time, but that idea of playing the violin, there are no frets on the violin, so that you can't, like a piano, you can't just press one thing and that's the note. You have to find the note. When you find the note, all the strings vibrate and tell you have struck that note. And whatever physical law or natural law that is, I feel like it's true for family life, for work life, the creative life, is that hunt for that, perfect vibration.
Yay!
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.